Ed. What's the story behind what made you decide that you've had enough and that it was time to change things, even change a law?
Well, I'm not sure I ever had exactly that moment. What happened was that when we moved here partially so I could homeschool, um, I was teaching in a Christian school, and parents don't like it if they have to pay tuition to send it to the school you're teaching and you don't send your own kid. So when we moved here, we had a 4-year-old, and at that time the entry age was 7. And the law in Iowa was very vague. It said that it had to either be public school or equivalent education. It was so vague that a federal judge ruled it too vague, and there was an emergency ruling by the Department of Education. And that was the first I'd attended a number of meetings for support group here in town, but it was the first public meeting in the Department of Education. They had, because it was an emergency ruling, they had a hearing, very short notice. And it was the largest meeting room in the Department of Education building, and it was full. It was absolutely full. But for me, it was very simple. I had a permanent certificate, which means as long as I'm alive and you're in my presence, education takes place, at least according to the state. And so I was qualified to teach in any of the schools in the state. And so although they could hassle us a little bit, they really weren't going to make any progress. So we were safe. We could do whatever we wanted. But there were a lot of people who wanted this, and I had been in the classroom for a number of years, and I understood what their concerns. And so I thought, well, I need to speak up because I can. Because nobody else really can champion this and feel as immune as I can. And plus, I was kind of offended at that public meeting. There was a representative of the teachers union there, and he said, teachers know things like Piaget. And I thought to myself, well, I guess we poor peons don't know anything. And I also knew that the typical elementary school teacher doesn't wake up in the morning and think, what would Piaget do today? They don't think about Piaget at all. So it was mainly I felt that people needed representation, someone who could speak their language. I could speak to the educators, and I could speak to the homeschoolers because I was in both worlds.